So I've done it in the past where I obviously used to do random movie reviews and then I tried to revive them in different ways. Well, this year in 2025, I just want to do it differently where I'm literally just going to review any film that I either rewatch or see for the first time and just feel like talking about. And Moon is one of those movies. I rewatched it today in particular. It was one that was on my rewatch list for a while now. I saw it for the first time I think 4 or 5 years ago now. It was actually a recommendation from channel friend Damien Zeke. It is actually one of his all-time favorite films. And to get right into it, I can understand why. This is one of those movies, and I just got done earlier today, actually, recording the companion review. Moon, in particular, is one of those movies that go in empty-handed as possible. Don't watch any trailer. Don't do anything. And it's hard for me because I've started this new thing for the audio only, where I do like to play some sort of trailer. I will say though, this is one of those movies where if you go in empty-handed, you're gonna have a great time. Of course, you probably have a great time, nonetheless. But the twists in this movie are much deeper and much better without knowing anything. And so, to basically skip around what the main premise is of this film, I will talk about what I think is one of the most impressive feats. This this movie was made on a budget of 5 million, but you can't tell. I really looked for this movie this time around at the visual effects aspect, and I cannot really tell what's CGI and what's not. That's great on this budget. But I will say, from what I believe, there is a certain practical set that is largely used in this film that I think is fantastic. I think it's awesome. It sets the mood right in for like simplicity and basically a home run at the end of the day. Sam Rockwell is the main star of this film. He is the main face that you see throughout this film. And this is such an underrated performance that I am genuinely surprised that it seems like even at that time when this movie came out in '09, that it didn't get any sort of attention, which is wild. I think it deserves much more than it's gotten. There's a certain aspect of his performance, again, trying to skate over those spoilers, certain aspect of his performance that is really difficult. And I think he knocks it out of the park and then some. There's also a certain aspect of his performance later in the film that feels so genuine and raw, and you can't help but to feel for the character. I also want to talk about one of the main voices you'll hear. I don't believe this is too spoilery. Kevin Spacey voices a robot. I wish Kevin Spacey, and of course, separating the art from the artist, which I do, especially with someone like Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey plays an interesting role here, though. He almost plays. There's a comparison I want to make, but I think it might be too spoilery. There's a Disney movie that shares some aspects of this film, and he reminds me of a certain character in that Disney movie. He also reminds me of a certain character from a Kubrick film. If you know, you know. But I think Kevin Spacey adds something for our main character that makes you feel for the situation at hand more. You even see the development of a character like Kevin Spacey's that's rather impressive, where you start to feel for this robot as well. This robot, again, I don't want to get into any sort of spoilers, but this robot has a certain aspect to him that you immediately can just associate with during any given scene that he is in. Basically, all I can say, Moon is a fantastic movie that, although feels small, it has a gigantic heart and premise that has a great execution at the end of the day. And Sam Rockwell, I've seen a lot of his movies. To me, this is one of my favorite performances from him. With all that said, Moon is a 5 out of 5 movie for me. I think it's more than worth a watch. It's also worth a rewatch, as I just did. I think it's a movie that will age even better with time. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching these videos. Stay tuned for the next one, which will hopefully be sooner than probably 3 months. All right. Peace out. Like and subscribe.